Okay, it's day 110, and this is part two. And I wanted to do a piece on senior executive service. This is the service that was started by Christine Marcy. The folks that watch Field McConnell, I believe this is his half sister, will know all about this. But it was created in 1979, and this really is Hillary's rise to power. From the Jimmy Carter administration, Brzezinski basically made this a pet project for Hillary Clinton through Christine Marcy to sort of come up with a secret police. I don't want to say secret police in terms of raiding and physical beating or anything, but where you're starting to infiltrate the intelligence services and so forth, and it's all compromise, compromise, compromise. Now, I had an executive from SES straight look at me at the harbor in Baltimore National Harbor, and say, "Look, hey, I'm untouchable. I'm an SES. I make $200,000 a year. I report directly to an adjunct general here at Anacostia. We have G4S. It's right up there." They pointed up the hill toward Rod Wheeler's office and said, "Hey, we're right up there. We got total surveillance contracts with the Navy. Navy just right over there, points right over, just upriver, about 2 miles. There's the Navy Research Labs right there. We own this place. There's nothing you can do about it." And I was talking to her about how I was kind of reporting on the corruption and so forth. She said, "Well, if you don't know about SES, you don't know anything about Washington, D.C. And I said, "Well, tell me more." She said, "Well, there's about 10,000 people, and Hillary owns most of them. And they are a sort of a super delegate, but they are more than that because they have the intelligence. So they have everything that NSA has, at least according to this person that I was talking to, this SES that I was talking to. And we have it at Five Eyes. So even if Trump takes it all, even if Trump shuts this leaking down, we have it all with Five Eyes. We got it in England, we got it in Australia, we got it in Canada, we got it in New Zealand. Trump would have to play whack-a-mole and go to all 5 of these different Five Eyes to get this information. You're screwed, basically. There's no way you're going to get out of this. We have a lock on Washington, D.C. Straight to my face, said this. So this is the swamp. There is no doubt about it. These are basically different organizations set out to compromise. Now, are they hiring prostitutes and setting up low-light cameras and so forth? I don't think directly, but I think they're through G4S. They're hiring up all these gangs for security, and they are taught these different techniques through, with the Freytag low-light cameras, and G4S set aside contracts to get started, and they are set up in every city, major city, especially through the fusion centers in the United States, and it's all about compromise. All about compromise. Most of them coming from DHS. The other piece that people don't realize, there's about 10,000 now, I think, somewhere in there, of these folks. They're all political appointments. Somehow Trump has not figured this out yet. But immediately fire all of these people. That is the first thing you need to do. And put in, I don't care if you put in just people who are Joe the plumber. They're going to do better than anybody that is currently in these positions. These people are constantly setting up entrapments for people on a target list. So this is not something that is an imagination or whatever. This is the real deal. Now, the other thing that's even more troubling is there's a similar service for the intelligence agencies. So not only do we have these sort of quasi-intelligence agencies hanging around Washington, infiltrating all these different government departments. And remember, when an SES person comes in, they come in at the top of the heap. So career people who really know what's going on for 20 years are subverted and circumvented. It really makes everyone mad, and it makes the good government employees leave. But this is even more troubling. FBI, CIA, DIA. I should say this person was a DIA person that I was talking to, so it wasn't SES, but they were explaining how the SES worked. NSA, TSA, FAA, GAO, Foreign Service. So not only do you need to clean out SES, but you also need to. So not only do you need to clean out SES, you need to clean out all these political appointments. These are all political appointments that are in here. And just say, look, we're cut back, trim the sails. We're cutting back on all political appointments. If they're Republicans or Democrats, get rid of them all. And then put Joe the plumber in there. Just put anybody in there in those positions, or just don't fill them at all. and let the career people who've actually earned their way through government, that are actually good people, actually rise their way. The SES was the worst idea for government ever. It's the superdelegate system for government. If you really want to drain the swamp, you have to do the senior executive service first. I've met so many reporters that are senior executive service people in disguise. They're making $200,000 a year, and you explain, hey, there's this thing that says Carter Page met with Sechin in Russia. You saw this on the Carter Page interview last night, and Laura Ingraham. He says, I've never met. That's right in there. I say, look, this is a glaring error, from this dossier. And they're like, well, as long as it created a FISA for Trump, it's okay. The ends justify the means. Senior executive service is ends justify the means.